Hola amigos, soy el Conan. Yo, what I want to say, I just started learning Spanish, but not about this today. Today, I wanna show you my presentation. This is my first presentation I've ever made. It's for college, but I thought that this is pretty interesting idea to talk about in the video. This could be very useful for you guys. I know this is very strange type of videos for my channel about business, like marketplaces, something like that, like this is something scientifically, something helpful. That's not usual for my channel. But today we are talking to competing to the global marketplace, guys. Introduction to business is named science, which I'm studying, and what we're gonna discuss today. Today's discussion is gonna be about the globalization, bilateral trade, but I'm gonna show you afterwards this made in age in different countries and why it is important for business and dumping. So guys, let's start with globalization. Actually, what you know about globalization? Tell me in the comments. I think for you globalization it's associated with something which is like global, which is like in all over the world. Like it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but actually the globalization is the way in which people all over the world interact with one another in terms of economics, politics and culture. That means that globalization can happen everywhere, in every aspect, in everything, like in everywhere. In economics maybe it's gonna be globalization, in politics, culture, like something that becomes popular all over the world, this thing is globalized. So that means that the globalization happened of this thing. I'm drinking Lipto Zero, so this is also globalized product. Yeah, we have actually many types of globalization. Like there is a social globalization, technological, financial globalization, economic, politician, cultural, ecological, sociological globalization. This is all type of globalization. And now I'm gonna give you one small and simple example. I'm gonna show you a product which is considered as a product of globalization. It's a Coca-Cola. Like it's a taste you always remember, even if you had a fight, even if you're separated from one another. Globalization. So what that means, Coca-Cola was made in United States and after that became popular over the world. That means that it became globalized. So the second thing, and a little bit more difficult thing to understand, is the bilateral agreement. What is bilateral agreement? Actually, in a very simple words, bilateral agreement is an official agreement between two sides. Like these two sides could be two people, could be two group, could be anything, like two countries. Like we use terminology bilateral, we use this word bilateral mostly when the two countries making an official agreement. Like when two people are making agreement, we don't use word bilateral, we just saying like agreement was made. But when say about the countries, we always use bilateral word. And I actually searched for bilateral agreement and I discovered that in 2018, in the 18th December, United States and United Kingdom made a bilateral agreement. So, and two words before I move to the part of the trade is the treaty. I don't have here in the presentation, but treaty is an agreement between more than. So this is actually the only difference with bilateral agreement. So you need to know also this is very important for you. Maybe for people who is studying on business, who is not just studying in business in university, but by himself want to get about more information about business. So you know what is bilateral agreement and treaty. So balance of trade, but what is this? It's pretty easy thing. It's like difference between countries, exports and imports. Very easy terminology, but balance of trade. And what is export and import? If someone of you don't know, I think these words are very well known for you. But actually export is a goods a country sells to another. Treaty and the import is a goods a country buys from another. Actually, what is balance of trade and why it is important? Like balance of trade means that the country, when country has a good balance of trade and when the country has a bad balance of trade. Of course, a country has good balance of trade when they more export, like selling more than importing, buying. So I have here a small example: Japan balance of trade and China balance of trade. This is 2024 stats, and we see that Japan always importing more than buying. They are always in a minus, almost always, like 3 months only in good conditions, while the China is already in plus. They are exporting and exporting and exporting more. That means that the balance of trade of China is much better. Like this, everything, guys, these statistics are on the paper. How after that all of this money is used in China and why actually the level of the life in Japan is better? Maybe you are gonna have a question like this, like if Japan's balance of trade are bad and China's are good, why Japan is better living country? This is another question. question, like where all this money are going. This is another question. This is more politics. We are not about politics, we are just about the business and the statistics. So here we see that China's balance of trade are much better than Japan ones. Another thing is the median age, guys. What is median age? Actually, median age is an average age of population in a country. So we see that Monaco in Europe is the world's oldest country, like the Afghanistan is the oldest, youngest non-African. We see that the youngest age is in Africa, averagely 18 years old. And why it is important to the business? Pretty simple, guys. Let's get, for example, you're living in United States and you see that the average age of United States people is 38 years old. So when you're gonna start business, you're gonna get this information. You have this information like what I should sell. I should sell the things which is popular between 38 years old people. Like you understand by the median age of your country, what is the most popular things in your country, what is the best seller. The best seller, of course, is the thing in which are interested the people of this age. So this is why the median age is important. And the last thing is dumping. Oh my gosh, where is my text? Is it dumping? What is actually dump? Dumping is not really ethical thing in the business, and there is also anti-dumping laws. Like what is dumping? It's considered a form of price discrimination. It means when the manufacturer lowers the prices of any item entering a foreign market to a level that is less than the price paid by customers in the originating country. Is an anti-dumping law is any domestic law designed to prevent the country's trading partners from dumping goods into domestic markets at any price that is less than fair. What that means, I have a pretty good example. What does I am foreign businessman. I enter the country where the fruits and the vegetables like tomato cost 2 euros 1 kilogram, but the market buying this tomato for 1.5 euros, selling for 2 euros. That means that they have profit 0.5 euros. Yeah, I'm entering. I'm also buying for 1.5 euros, but I'm selling for 1 euro. Yeah, I'm going in the minus for the first time, but because I'm selling for 1 euro, everyone is coming to me, everyone is buying from me, and these markets are being closed. And after that, I'm trying to up the prices of my tomato because I become a monopolistic man. I'm the only one who's selling the tomatoes, for example. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, actually this is very risky thing, but I think, and people saying that dumping is unethical. Businessmen are saying that dumping is not really good. There is why it's anti-dumping laws. But bro, I think I would do that, because I think if you don't risk, you can't be in a success. You understand? So dumping, I think, is also a part of a success in the business. So sometimes you need to be an ethical person to get your successful life in your hands. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Actually, here is my email, phone number. I'm gonna blur it because you don't need it, but you can follow me on IG. Why not? And before you leave, remember, guys, business is business. So guys, actually that was all our lecture. I hope you liked it, because I tried to be a normal teacher who's explaining pretty good. On English it's a little bit hard for me because English is not my own first language, and not even second, but not even third, but that's okay. Now I started learning Spanish. You understand? Like, I can say one thing. Tú eres como pan. Tú eres con pan. Tú eres con pan. Soy eres con pan. Soy eres con pan. You're eating bread, I'm eating bread. Okay, go. I'm learning from Duolingo, but it's the first day, so I think it's not bad at all. El primero rematas, coherentiza tel mercase. Okay, soon Spanish are gonna stop being my imagination language. It's gonna be a real language. Like, subscribe, follow. Bye bye.